This programme was made with support from the National Lottery Heritage Fund. On the Heritage Channel tonight, a town celebrates its twinning anniversary, a town hall gives up its secrets, Create NEL continues its support for local culture and heritage, and the Vikings return for the Heritage Open Days celebrations. Welcome to the Heritage Channel, where we explore the fascinating history of North East Lincolnshire in a monthly roundup of news, views and local stories. Since widening its remit to cover the whole of North East Lincolnshire, the Create NEL team, led by James Trousdale, have been working hard to support the cultural and heritage sector, securing funding for projects and holding clinics and network events, where local creatives can get advice, exchange ideas and form partnerships. I caught up with the latest addition to the Create NEL team, Alicia Creaser, at the recent Waltham Windmill network event.
The purpose for Create North East Lincolnshire is to champion the entire North East Lincolnshire. So we used to be Grimsby Creates, but obviously very Grimsby focused, whereas Create North East Lincolnshire encompasses Cleethorpes, the Wolds, everywhere in North East Lincolnshire.
Create North East Lincolnshire evolved from Grimsby Creates in September 2023, where the previous programme Grimsby Creates have been going for just over 3 years.
So what we do is we champion the heritage and culture side of the area. So we do networking events, we do help, support, and just basically someone to help get the answers from.
So the things that have been most successful within Create North East Lincolnshire and prior to that Grimsby Create is the audience engagement.
The networking events are really important for that kind of cross collaboration in projects, because what I've learned is a lot of arts and heritage intertwine. These events are so people can chat, mingle. So if they have a project coming up and they need a graphic designer or a photographer or a videographer, they can remember, oh, I met so and so at that event, and kind of link up that way. We've done a round of large project grants, so a lot of them are kind of in their success finishing phases now, and one of those is the Inspire Youth project by Climb4. I've read the evaluation report, and it done wonders for the local young community, and it increased audience engagement and increased the awareness of musical theatre live events and kind of engaging with that sector. We've supported Festival of the Sea year on year on year, and this year was one of the biggest we had, involving lots of local artists. And the audience evaluation and feedback is people loved it. They loved tapping into that, because Grimsby has such a strong fishing heritage. Fishing is like bread and butter here, so having a cultural festival that celebrates that, people absolutely loved it.
Earlier this year, we explored the grandeur of Grimsby Town Hall, a seat of government for the Borough of North East Lincolnshire Council. This month, Gemma visits Cleethorpes Town Hall to discover its hidden secrets and find out if it still plays an important role in the local community.
After Sir Edward Watkins brought the railway to Cleethorpes back in 1863, the town rapidly became a popular seaside resort. Benefiting from this seaside tourism industry, the town grew in population and prosperity. In 1894, Cleethorpes became an urban district with elected councillors. They shared the responsibilities of local government with their colleagues in the county council. To mark this new status, civic leaders decided the town needed a council house. A site was chosen on open land owned by Councillor Henry Kelly, and work commenced on the new building designed by Herbert Scaping in the Baroque style. Built in red brick with stone dressings, work was completed and the building was open in 1905. Particular features of the design include the symmetrical main frontage with 5 bays facing onto Knoll Street. The middle bay has a porch with stone surrounding supporting a balustrade. On the first floor there is a sash window flanked by 2 pairs of Ionic order columns which support a pediment with a cartouche in the centre of the tympanum. Earlier this year, the Town Hall welcomed civic leaders from Königswinter in Germany to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the twinning of the towns in 1974.
We decided to take up twinning with a German town, Königswinter. Did for friendship, cooperation, and come up with fresh ideas, and how we could engage children in the German history and how they could engage with our history. There's water in Königswinter, but it's the River Rhine. We've got the sea we have. Well, it's the River Humber, isn't it? So likewise, we've both got a river. They want to build bridges, and likewise, we want to build bridges with them. So it's all about that cooperation and shared values of peace, love and harmony. For the 50th anniversary, we laid on a fabulous programme for the people from Königswinter. We actually went on a train. We had a heritage walk we did with Emma, which was superb, and we did other events we did, but there was ones what really stand out for me. Burgermeister came along and various other members from their twinning society, and Monica, she's a very caring lady, she's lovely, and she shares a lot of my values.
We enjoyed having Steve Besant here. It's the second time we met him as a mayor. He's a fantastic man. We live in a beautiful surrounding between the River Rhine and the so-called 7 Mountains. We both have a river. You have the Humber River and we have the River Rhine. We both live on tourism, and we have donkeys as well, as you do in Cleethorpes. Every time I'm in Cleethorpes and Northeast Lincolnshire, I find out you're just like we are. Of course, we are different, but we have so much in common, like these values. We all want to live in a peaceful and friendly world. And this is why we do town twinning. We want people to understand each other. We want to see what we share, what we have in common. You can have an advantage from learning from each other.
We all went over to Königswinter to mark the 50th years, because 50 years of twinning is an important event. I'm hoping some of the younger councillors will begin to take up the mantle. There might be fresh ideas come forward, but I'm hoping that we can get back to the days when there was the school exchanges. I can't speak a word of German, unfortunately, but every person I spoke to in Germany could speak really, really good English. We should be learning more language skills, particularly at school.
Well, as you arrive to the town hall, as you look on the right-hand side, you'll actually see quite an interesting picture of one of our former mayors, Councillor George Mitchell. There's 2 ways of looking at it. It's very cleverly done. So there's a picture with him just in the mayoral chains, and as you look to the side, you can actually see him in his mayoral garb and his robes. You can see some boards from RAF Northcotes, and they show the people sadly who lost their lives during the Second World War. Downstairs we now have the registrars, and they deal with all the registry births, deaths, marriages for North East Lincolnshire. Building, as you come up the main stairs, you'll see the boy with the leaking boot, which is synonymous with Cleethorpes, gifted to us many years ago. That is actually the original boy with the leaking boot, used to be on the seafront, was returned here. There is a copy of the boy with the leaking boot on the seafront. And as you come up either side of the stairs, you'll see portraits of mayors from 1974 through to 1996. You'll see there's 2 cabinets either side, and they contain some of the precious items that were gifted mainly to Cleethorpes Borough Council. So on the first floor you've got some offices which are run and looked after by the Cleethorpes Charter Trustees. We have the building, the room we're in now, which is the council chamber. So we do use it 2 or 3 times a year for the council meeting. It's also used for other meetings of the council, planning committees, cabinet meetings. So it's currently set up for a wedding. There are lots of wedding ceremonies held in here as well. On Tuesday was the 39th anniversary when I actually started. Very fond memories of Cleethorpes. To the right of the council chamber is the Mayor's Parlour. In there are things like the visitors book, which was signed by the Queen and Prince Philip when she came on a visit. There are items that again have been donated to the council over the years. There's lots of plaques on the wall. And also in there is the gavel, which the Mayor will use if the councillors are being unruly to keep them in control.
Order! It was during the 1980s the building became known as the Cleethorpes Town Hall, and although it ceased to be the local seat of government, it still remains the name today. Famous visitors to the Town Hall include former Prime Minister David Cameron, accompanied by the Duke of Kent on Armed Forces Day in June 2016. This proud civic building continues to serve the community today.
During September, an exhibition at the Town Hall will explore the imaginative ways that water is utilised at the seaside as part of the Heritage Open Day events. Many photographs of the visits and events between both towns that took place over the last 50 years will be part of the display. Other heritage events in September include a drop-in event at Freshney Place Shopping Centre on Friday the 6th to celebrate the start of the Heritage Open Days Festival, where you can pick up a festival brochure, discover a new walking, cycling or heritage trail, and find out about all the fantastic events taking place across North East Lincolnshire. Also on Friday the 6th, you can take a walking tour of Cleethorpes with Heritage Lincolnshire, that charts the fascinating life and work of Edward Watkin. On Friday the 6th and Saturday the 7th, Grimsby Minster and the Minster Cafe will be welcoming visitors old and new to explore this fantastic Grade 1 listed church. On Saturday the 7th, you can visit the medieval Church of St Nicholas and learn about its surprising connection with Captain Bligh and the Bounty. Also, on Saturday the 7th and Sunday the 8th, you can see what it was like to live in a tin bungalow and learn about the dock at Immingham Tin Town Heritage Centre and discover the Pilgrim Fathers' journey to America at St Andrew's Church, the Pilgrim Fathers Monument and Immingham Museum. And on Saturday the 7th and Saturday the 14th, a Heritage Soundscape will be broadcast in St James Square between 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock, featuring poetry, songs and stories celebrating the proud heritage of our coastal community. I cannot bend beside his grave, for he sleeps in a secret sea, and not one gentle whispering wave will tell the place to me. You can take a guided tour of the historic Casbar Quarter on the Port of Grimsby or step on board the Humber hovercraft at our big picture on Saturday the 14th. Artist Sarah Palmer shows her recent work on the two-wheeled heritage of North East Lincolnshire at the Fishing Heritage Centre on the 14th and 15th. And Wheelsby Hall, one of the best-kept secrets in North East Lincolnshire, opens its doors to visitors on Sunday the 15th. The Hometown Heroes exhibition at the Fishing Heritage Centre is open throughout the festival fortnight, and on Saturday the 14th and Sunday the 15th, entry to the display and tours of the Ross Tiger are at discounted rates. And finally, the Vikings are coming in 2 major festival events. On Saturday the 14th, Freeman Street Market will be invaded by Grim and his Viking crew. Explore their village, learn about their way of life and join in some epic Viking games. You can also witness the grand unveiling of the newly refurbished Grim and Havelock statue. On Saturday the 21st, St James Square will be transformed into Havelock's village, and a Grimm's community parade will travel down Victoria Street to the Riverhead. Bring your banners, dress as Vikings and join in the fun. Well, that's all from the Heritage Channel tonight. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel or join our Facebook group to make sure you don't miss any of our programmes. And for the latest arts and entertainment news, visit our sister channel, Billboard TV. From everyone at the Heritage Channel, thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next month for more heritage news, views and local stories.
Civic building continues to serve the community today as a Burger King or a bowling alley. Was that in the script, Ted? Order!